What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Careers by Kirsty. I am Kirsty Mitchell, your new corporate survival guide bestie. Okay, I thought about that long and hard. My channel is dedicated to helping you navigate your career and corporate life by sharing my own experiences. I am a former NASA recruiting specialist, an HBCU grad. Shout out to all the HBCU graduates out there. I'm a diversity, equity, and inclusion manager, and I have almost 10 years of experience working in human resources in healthcare, aerospace, and also finance and customer service. So those are the industries that I have experience working in. And I am pretty much a 9 to 5er turned career coach. And I'm super excited to be starting this channel. I love helping people navigate their jobs. I love helping people get jobs, help them with their resume, interview tips, advice on, some of the insider secrets in human resources, and just help people maintain their sanity in working in corporate life in the corporate realm, no matter where you are. So yeah, this is my very first video. This is exciting and should be an interesting journey. I'm super excited to start this page. I've been wanting to for the longest. I have so many things that I want to share. That at the end of the day, I just had to just start. So, yeah. So let's see some housekeeping rules. I bet you guys love that term. Here's some housekeeping items. Go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Also like this video if you're interested in the content. And go ahead and hit the notification bell because why not? And also, yeah, I have videos coming out weekly, but I'm not always the best at being consistent on social media. So that notification bell is going to be a lot more consistent than I am. This is a place where hopefully I can provide a safe space for people to just talk about some of the things that they're using to successfully navigate through corporate America, some resources, book suggestions, project management tools, resume tips, interview tips, so that we can just help each other out and make a community of 9 to 5ers, because it's not the easiest to navigate. Anyways, that's my little intro. Also, before I close this intro, I feel it very necessary to share that this is my absolute favorite character on television right now. And I think that is all the introduction that I need. Yeah. So today I want to talk about 5 things that help me to survive toxic work environments. The number one thing that has helped me in surviving a toxic work environment is learning how to disassociate. And that is where I'm like, I don't know if that's the healthiest thing to say, but honestly, it is the best way to detach yourself from your own emotions, to not take things personally, and to kind of view your work life in a different way. Disassociating is one way that the mind naturally copes with a lot of stress. As I'm sure you know, working in a toxic work environment, you're typically extremely stressed. You have a lot of tension. You might be acting out of the ordinary. You might be feeling embarrassed a lot of times, shameful, guilt, a lot of like negative emotions that might be just overwhelming for your brain to process. And you sometimes a lot of the toxicity that we experience in work environments is very covert. It's very indirect. It's blanketed by smiles and like compliments, kind of like microaggressions. It's like you feel them, but you can't identify it. So learning to disassociate is one way that has helped me. You kind of want to remove yourself from your own emotions, because then you can think a lot clearer. Then you can start to strategize a little bit more, if you stop taking things so personally. So one of the ways that you can disassociate in the moment, is by identifying your emotions in real time. So when you're at work and you're feeling something, or if like somebody is being petty to you, or if somebody makes a comment, or if somebody says something in a meeting to you, and you start feeling that stress, or you start like your body starts reacting to it, and of course, if it's something negative, one of the best ways that you can disassociate is by identifying your emotions in real time that you're feeling. Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are you feeling embarrassed? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling happy? Are you excited? And just by identifying what emotion you're feeling can kind of help you, just begin to look at the bigger picture differently, the entire situation differently before you react to it. And also another tip is to identify other people's emotion in real time. Are they being empty? Are they being cold? Are they being distant? Are they disgusted? Are they annoyed? Are they uncomfortable? Are they sad? Are they happy? Are they distracted? Learning to identify what somebody is feeling can help you adjust, your perception of the situation, and can help you to figure out a way to steer that conversation or that situation in the direction that is more favorable for you, if that makes sense. So that is the first thing that I would say helped me in, surviving a corporate work environment. And I think it's something that comes natural to me, which is scary and a little bit sad, but that's neither here nor there. This is about you. But yeah. Number 2, the second thing that helped me in, surviving a toxic work environment was by having great work friends. Now, it's a little different because with the pandemic, a lot of jobs are remote. So, you don't see your coworkers a lot. You don't engage with them as much. You don't have that face-to-face interactions, which makes it hard to use them as a support system. But I'm speaking from my experience. I thankfully had some really great coworkers that I love even to this day. Where we could discuss life events. We could talk, about kids. Well, they can talk about their kids because I ain't got no kids yet. We can, talk about different employees. Hopefully you have that level of trust. And if you don't, you can find boundaries that still make work relationships enjoyable. But yeah, I had some really great work friends, and when I was working in healthcare and also when I was working in aerospace, like, really helped me to just be a much more pleasant person and to just, remain sane, and to survive. Honestly, that's how I got through it, is as I leaned on them a lot, because at least I had them to talk to. And no, they weren't my everything. We weren't like best friends and best buds, but those people that help make work very enjoyable. And if you have a work bestie, send this video to them and let them know that you appreciate them. Okay, period. The third thing is, get involved in extracurricular groups and activities at your job. And I know you might be thinking, why would I get more involved at a job that is toxic? But if you can find something that brings you joy at your job, then, it's not so, well, it helps. It's almost like having, decent coworkers. It helps soften the blow. It helps you remain sane. It helps you to look forward to something other than just your day-to-day job, other than your boss or your team. You can have something at work outside of all that. That's actually a very powerful thing. When you have, a safe space, that you enjoy, or that you can tap into something that you're really passionate about at your job, nobody in your department, not your manager, can really take that away. That's something that you're cultivating, you're networking, you're making it your own. You're making your job what you want. I joined the Black Employee Resource Group at my job at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and I ended up becoming the president to that group. We got it, we built it up, and we created a whole little community. Like, man, shout out to Best, period. Shout out to everyone over at JPL still. And I also got involved in diversity and inclusion work in my department because, of course, I worked in human resources. So we had projects within our department, and I always made it a point to volunteer for the things that I was passionate about. Now, you also want to take in consideration like your workload. You don't want to put too much on you. Also, pro tip, getting involved in extracurricular groups and activities can definitely lead you to getting higher pay and also getting a bigger salary. Maybe not necessarily at your current organization. If they're smart, they would, but a lot of the times organizations, I don't know, they look at it as volunteer work. However, those skills, any skill that you learn on the job, are skills that you could put on your resume. So that can lead you to your next job. It can lead you to your next organization, higher pay, bigger title. I've seen it happen, and it's happened to me. So that is number 3. Number 4, you want to learn how to set boundaries. That is huge in working in a toxic work environment. I started saying no. I started setting boundaries. I stopped engaging in certain conversations. I stopped, the office politics. Yeah, I recognized people for who they were, really let their actions speak for themselves. And I set boundaries. If that toxic coworker wants to take you out to happy hour and they just want to just figure out what you think about your boss or the new management just to run and tell somebody else, start saying no. It's okay to just be like, no. Finding that balance of being a good coworker or a good worker in general without being a pushover, because a lot of these organizations, they need you to be a pushover. They need you to want to go above and beyond and to give your all. But honestly, do what is asked of you, do your job, do it well. And just, learn how to set boundaries and to say no. Okay, if the tips that I'm sharing are making sense to you thus far, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know it's making sense. Everything sounds good. My mic is working. Give me some feedback, please. Thank you. I would really appreciate it. Just so that I can make sure that I'm tailoring my things to what you guys need. Okay, tip number 5, last but not least, the 5th thing that helped me in surviving a toxic work environment is I identified my communication style, or I figured out what kind of communication style I wanted to portray in this environment. Figure out, how do you want to engage with your management? How do you want to engage with these coworkers that might be toxic or might be petty? One of the things that I did was I just started being extremely decisive and very direct. I wanted to be subtle, but very firm in my stance on a lot of things. I'm going to do my job and set boundaries where I can. And I'm going to be very professional about it. I'm going to still be likable, but I'm going to be very direct and I'm going to be very decisive and firm on things. So that was my communication style, but everybody is different. So find your communication style, figure it out, and control the things that you can control, because you can't control everything. So that is my 5th and final tip. So those are the 5 things that help me survive a toxic work environment. Hopefully you found these tips useful. Like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe, and you can always find me on other social media sites as well. I am on TikTok, and I am beginning to launch my Instagram page, which is super exciting. So you can follow me on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.